So yeah, definitely disappointed, of course, because we came here to try to get the 3 points and we couldn't. But fair play to Chicago. I think overall they were better than us. It's a game obviously very influenced by the fact that we conceded 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. I think it's 2 situations that we should have defended better, despite some individual mistakes. But my job is to create a structure that sustains those individual mistakes. But the first is a bad situation because already it's an offside situation that we should know. The ref doesn't whistle, and then the second ball is for them, a ball in behind, and then the cover, the backline behaviors are not strong enough. And then the second goal obviously is a box defense that we should have clear better. But I think that from there it was difficult mentally. There were some moments of the first half we missed a little bit to create a little bit of momentum on the ball. So we knew that they are quite strong on the counter because they have quick and fast players when there is turnovers. And then in the second half, I would say that for moments we improved. I think that we were slightly better for some moments, but still we couldn't find this momentum overall. So I value the fact that despite Chicago Fire being better than us overall, I value the fact that we finished strong, that the guys were honest, and we scored a goal, and we tried to put pressure at the end. So I wouldn't say that we deserve to get something, but I think it's important that the team never gives up and shows that mentality. Said that, I repeat now for the third time, Chicago deserved the win, so I don't want to look bitter on that one, but I think that it's important to highlight, especially because the way the MLS is developing, the pitch was not at the level that this league deserves. So it's unfortunate, perhaps. I don't know exactly the reasons why yesterday was an NFL game here or a friendly game here, American football, but the fact is that the pitch was at amateur level. It was not good enough for to play a good game. And here I'm talking not about only Portland fans, but Chicago fans and fans overall that are watching this league to grow every year, every season, every game. And I think that we should be better. I'm part of this now, and I want to highlight this because it's important for the development of American football, American soccer, that we get better on those things.
Martí, let's go through those first 15 minutes again. The first goal, it appears that Forey's pushing farther up on the pitch. He's a little inverted, and it opens up that channel because now Miller has to cover him from basically the midway point of the field to the sideline. Is that going to be a feature of the system where the wingback who goes to invert leaves that ton of space and it leaves that defender so isolated?
No, definitely not. And here I don't want to blame anyone individually. In any case, it should be me because it's a misunderstanding and a bad decision making. I'm a big believer that at the end in football, the most important is the decision making in possession, out of possession. And on that one, definitely we open the pitch too much to defend in a situation that we don't have that clear impact around the ball holder. So it's easy for him to just play in behind and everything gets too wide, too open. The reality is the next one. So I came here, it was what we call a +2, so it was a recovery practice before Tijuana, and then the -1, which is a training that there is not much where you can train actually. It must be a short one because you need to keep the freshness of the players for the game. After Tijuana, it was just a recovery practice again. Most of the players were inside the gym, recovering from the knocks, That's the usual at this level. And then we traveled to Chicago, so the training was here in Chicago. And obviously it's difficult to work on game plans when you are training in the training facility of the position. So there is not much that you can work on. So basically everything that we have done has been on videos, on talking to the players, on small units and team meetings. So we need to get all those things into the pitch properly to train them, to practice them, and I'm sure that it's going to get better. But the reality is that today we look more disjointed than I would like to, of course.
Going off of the more disjointed aspects of the play, the team did a pretty good job of getting the ball into the final third, but they weren't really able to work the combinations and create big scoring chances aside from the set piece that Sermon put into the back of the net at the very end of the game. What do you think needs to improve in the way that the team is able to break down defenses that are able to recover into that lower block?
Yeah, I think that we're going to face this situation, and I experienced that before in different countries, in different leagues. So the way we want to play, it's going to be a lot of situations against perhaps deeper blocks, and then here the relations must grow, and it will grow because it's about the small movements, it's about the small combinations, about the small details that at the end can make the difference. So on that part, there is definitely some work to be done. Today as well, I think that Chicago usually is a team that push a lot with the fullbacks very high. So we had a big focus on as well using those gaps on a counter, but because we conceded 2 goals in the first 18 minutes or 20 minutes, I don't know, then it was a game changer. So those counter opportunities were just the opposite. So we had to push more, we had to risk a little bit more in order to get more bodies, in order to get those small situations that at the end, in the last third, can make the difference to create a chance. I remember the one of Omir as well at the very end of the game. So we need that to get better for sure, and then we need the talent of Chris, the talent of David, the talent of certain players, of course, to be there to make a difference as well.
And then just going off of the way Chicago's fullbacks defended in this game, the fans voted Andrew Gutman, their left back, the player of the game after the final whistle. How did you believe that your team both defended in the wide areas and attacked in the wide areas?
No, again, there is a lot of things that today I could say that we want to improve, and I think that's a fair feeling when you have lost a game the way we did. So there is plenty of things that we can improve. What I want to highlight is that despite being very far from the level I think we can get, the potential we have, still the team was there in the game, and we finished the last minutes pushing to try to get a draw. So that's something that I want to value. The mentality has been good. Against Tijuana, the same. We conceded an early goal. It was disappointing, but the team showed this resilience, this character, and these are the areas that I want to focus at the moment. Then hopefully we're going to get, not this week either, but we're going to get hopefully a full week to train with the team in the pitch, and then those things, I'm sure that it's going to get better.
And then just one more for me regarding just the upcoming schedule, how compressed it still is. Do you believe that the previous schedule congestion and the upcoming schedule congestion, do you believe that that had an effect on the players late on in this game?
I felt the rhythm was very low actually today, so definitely it must be. It was hot. It was the humidity here in Chicago is really, really high, so it's not easy for the players. But I definitely felt that the rhythm, the intensity, can go higher. But that must be one of the reasons when you have that succession of games. It's not easy. We're not perhaps the longest roster in the league, so we need to manage very well the minutes of I would say all the players. Today you could see that most of the players who play 60, 50 minutes. Last day, we tried to push them to play 90, that some of the players that play 90 couldn't start, or we decided that they shouldn't start, because it's not just about today, but it's as well about what we do on Wednesday, what we do during the next week. So, hopefully we can handle well, and I think that in this period as well, a big priority for us is to not get injuries, because I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of games that it's going to be some muscular injuries, and hopefully we can manage this in the best way.
Okay, we're going to wrap it there.